Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With FishingBooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. FishingBooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to FishingBooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today. Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With FishingBooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. FishingBooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to FishingBooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.
All
right, welcome back to the Survival and Basic Badass Podcast, Kevin and Chuck. Today, we're going to talk about financing your preps. So, a listener, Cameron, sent us an email at preppingbadass@gmail.com.
Just like you can do. You can email
you can
us
do that
from
too.
your house.
So maybe you have an idea for a show, right?
Mm-hmm.
You shoot it over. Kevin will read it like 2 weeks after you. Well, actually, he'll read it right away, like
Right
2
away.
seconds after you send it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to think about it and contemplate the meaning of life. And then in about 2 weeks, he's going to be like, great idea, man. Thanks. So that's usually how it plays out. But Cameron sent us a message saying, let's talk about some things that we could use our prepper skills or even enhance our prepper skills while at the same time earning money. Is there maybe a way to do that? And it got me and Kevin thinking, and our minds have been running wild for about 4 weeks or however long ago it was when Cameron sent us this.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, when we drop this podcast in 2 more weeks, he's going to be like, dude, I don't even listen to your show anymore.
I don't even remember writing that email.
How old was I then? One of those, right? But so that's what we were thinking. And we were like, yeah, there's got to be ways to bring in some extra money and maybe some side hustle or, maybe you make some porn videos and throw them up. I don't know. Do they make money anymore? Or now
Not anymore. That's just for free.
Now that it's free all over the internet,
Yep.
There's no point. So maybe you have to use some of your specialized skills. And as a prepper, if you've been listening to this podcast a while, you may have some specialized skills. Now, I used to do a little research in the internet marketing world.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the things that actually steered me into, just starting a podcast and hearing different things people were doing. So one of the things they talked about was you just have to know more than everybody else.
Right.
You don't have to be the best in the world. It's just, something about a topic that people don't know and they'd like to know.
Mm-hmm.
And well, hell, me and Kevin know a little research, and we are combat veterans, or at least
Just regular veterans.
regular veterans.
Yeah.
Well, I was at the building department this morning, and I do have a paper that says combat veteran.
Oh, all right.
So I'm a little cool. Maybe you're a regular veteran, but I'm like a warrior.
Oh, okay. All right. I see how it goes.
I'm just saying. So, I'm just saying I get 25% off my assessment.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That's the difference between a warrior and a non-warrior.
Mm-hmm.
10% for you?
Yeah,
If
I got
you go over
10%.
there.
I went over there. Yeah, I got my 10%.
10%. Warrior, 25%.
Now, I don't see how that's fair in any way, because you were in during a war. I was technically in during the war on terror. That's not really a war. I don't know how you fight feelings.
They didn't give it to me on the war on terror.
It was Kosovo?
It was Kosovo.
Mhm.
They were like, oh, yeah, well, over there you do have like a campaign medal and some,
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, I can join the VFW, though, so at least I got that going for
But
me.
I was a big hit. They did the Today show on the deck of my ship in New York.
Okay.
When, like, right after September 11th.
Mhm.
And they were like, yeah, these guys are awesome. And we're like, yeah. No.
Well, how about you fucking pay us then?
Yeah, fuck you. Pay me, right? Or at least have free drinks.
That's right, man. Shit.
And they were like, what about these girls over here who will lift up their shirts? And we're like, well, all right,
I'll
keep
take
the
what
pay.
I can get.
Take what we can get.
All right, a little off topic, but that's
we
all
got
right.
distracted. What? Where am I? What? Who? All right. So, making money off grid, right? That's the thing. So, there's a lot of things where we could actually utilize our prepping skills, where we could do research, put time in, and hone our skills to be better, and actually turn a little coin into our pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of these are a little unorthodox, and you have to, get outside of your comfort zone tiny bit. Maybe they don't all work for everyone.
Right. None of them are going to work for everyone.
Well, I mean, I guess anybody could cut firewood unless you don't have a hand.
Yeah.
See?
I'm sure there's a one-armed man out there cursing you right
Going-
now because he cuts firewood all the time.
He's like, damn it, watch me swing. That's just mean. Kevin, that was hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, let's, so give me one. Tell me about a way you might make money using your prepper skills.
Selling eggs and produce. I see people have signs out all the time. I never stop there because I feel like I'm bothering somebody, even though they have a sign out.
Well, a lot of times they actually have a sign that says, like, take the eggs and just leave the cash here.
Mm-hmm.
Just put it under
I
this
should
rock.
stop and ask those people how it works out. Because I doubt anyone's going over there and stealing eggs.
And
I
who's
also-
stealing money,
Yeah, really.
People steal money in the modern age.
Yeah. That's not how you
They don't even know how to use paper
Nobody's going
money,
to steal
these kids.
$8.78. Nobody's going to steal that. Well, maybe if you lived in Baltimore.
Another Baltimore hit, this guy.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that's the new drinking game for the Survival and Basic Badass
Yeah, every time we
podcast.
mention Baltimore,
Take a shot.
take a shot.
All right. So, selling eggs.
Selling eggs and produce. I
Maybe
always
raise
have.
some extra pigs.
There you go. I mean, really, if you're a butcher and you butcher your own animals, that's really where you're going to make the money. The eggs and the produce aren't going to bring in a lot of cash.
But the bacon.
Yeah.
You know how they say bringing home the bacon?
Yep.
You know where that
Yep.
comes from, right?
Mm-hmm.
See? And also, maybe you're the guy who butchers deer
Yeah.
for people.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
That's
I'm
a big
sure unless you get the proper training, we're probably violating some laws here. I know chickens maybe have to be inspected in some towns. They
Yeah,
want to look at their bunghole.
If you live in most of America, it's reasonable you can actually survive.
I actually have a friend who drives her eggs to Westchester, which is where all the douchebags live in New York.
Yeah, yeah.
And they sell them in some kind of farm fresh market.
Right, because they're organic and shit.
Organic and farm raised.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of local, not really. We're
Right.
about 50 miles, something like that. And they get $12 a dozen.
What?
I know. I'm like, take some of my eggs. I throw my eggs in the woods when I have too many.
Right.
I'm like, they're just going to rot on
Right,
my
I mean,
counter.
I throw tons of produce out into the woods. Tons that I never use, that I grow, You plant one, cucumber plant, and next thing you know, you've got 5,000 cucumbers. What are you going to do with all of them? You can't eat all
That's
of
too
them.
many cucumbers.
It's just too many.
It's too many. It's just sick.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm with you. So, all right, that's something you could do. So we got the butchering and the
Now,
any kind of animal.
a lot of
Maybe
a lot
sell
of
your
people
animal
overlook
babies.
a lot of people that hunt and butcher overlook the deer hides. But if you're gonna make deer hide pants for welders and shit like that, that could go over pretty big.
I do have a customer, friend of mine, kind of. He taught me how to trap.
Mm-hmm.
He actually gets all the deer hides and beaver hides and all kind of most of it's trapping stuff actually.
Right.
And then his wife sews and makes it all. And he goes to 3 of these weird shows where people buy things with
weird shit.
tassels and shit.
Yeah.
And weird furs and whatever. And they sell all this, Indian clothing or whatever that he's not an Indian, so I'm not sure how it works
Pioneers.
exactly.
Okay.
Pioneers. All right. And he sells that, makes a ton of money.
Really?
Twice a year, comes back with $6-7 grand.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, his whole year's harvest and his
Right.
wife's work,
Right.
So, Another way to kind of turn a little extra coin. Also, if you live in a rural area where maybe money's a little harder to come by, and then you can go out and make your money at these shows by a little travel, you get a nice vacation for the weekend,
Right.
and then come back with a little extra coin you're bringing back to your community where people don't maybe make as much money. So that's kind of a win.
All right. Woodworking.
Yes.
This is where I make most of my side cash.
Kevin is a bit of a carpenter, if you
Yeah,
will.
that's right.
I don't know if I would go as far as to say craftsman.
No, but I can put shit together for people that don't know anything.
There
and
you
it
go.
Looks fantastic.
Again, he knows a little bit more than the other guy.
Right, and that's all you need to know. Just a little bit more. That's how we have a podcast. Just a little
Just
bit
enough. So
more. Another one that can really bring in some money is welding. There's not a lot of good welders out there.
no.
And if you can show up on a job with that skill set, or if you can show up when somebody needs you,
I think it's like a 4-week class at the vocational
it's not
school.
a big deal.
You have to every Tuesday night for 8 weeks or
The
something.
real cost is getting the equipment set up and being able to move it
You
around.
can find it on Craigslist or used on the side of the road.
That's right. If you're into it, man, and basic handyman work is really a big deal. People's toilet keeps running. They don't know what to do. They're gonna have to spend thousands of dollars on a plumber. They're panicking. If you can just get the
Handle
$20 set from Lowe's and swap out the guts of their toilet, not a big deal.
$100.
Yep, people will be kissing your butt for fixing it for them.
Whoo! I like
I
kissing
replaced
butt.
a faucet on somebody's sink that
Yes.
was leaking. It blew their mind that it only took 15, 20 minutes and a $20 set to replace it. A lot of stuff that is second nature for a lot of us guys.
Right. You don't think it has value,
Right.
but then
Yeah. When
To
you
the
can
right person.
show up to a place and have their problem solved and charge them $100,
And-
they're going to call you back for every little problem they
everything.
have.
And my experience in the repair world is if you just show up, even if you don't know what you're doing, you're already ahead of the other guy.
Right.
And then if you don't smell bad and you're nice,
Yeah, that's the one trick, really,
that's it.
is being nice to people.
I
when
actually
you're there.
went to a lady today. You're going to like this one. So she's like, oh, my dryer doesn't work. I'm like, all right, no problem. And I go and the vent's all blocked. Nothing's coming out the back because I see the heater coming on and nothing's blowing out from outside.
Uh-huh.
So I start looking around and I pull it apart. Somebody wadded up an entire roll of paper towels, one sheet at a time, and just stuffed it in her vent pipe and left
From
it
the
there
outside?
on a gas dryer. So either they wanted her to die of carbon monoxide poisoning, or they wanted to. So I'm like, did you have people over who don't like you? And she's like, well, actually, my daughter, who dates some drug addict scumbag, had a party this weekend, and he hates us because my husband won't let him see her.
Uh-huh.
And I bet you he did that to us.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, well, but you can't tell my husband. He'll be pissed and go apeshit. So he walks in, and right away she starts lying to her husband
Yeah.
and says,
That's how you have a good relationship.
it was the heating element. So I said, fucking A, heating element, $118, and fucking charge the fuck out of them. And that's how you make extra money.
That's right.
Because, motherfucker, I'm like, yup, that's what it was. And that was an expensive heater, too, you know? I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah. There's also a $300 lying surcharge that I had put on there. Don't let your husband see that one, but
It's there. You know? Because what the fuck? Who lies to your husband like that?
I don't know.
That's a no-go.
I don't know.
This guy's a surgeon.
Well, he can afford the lying surcharge then.
He paid. I'm sure he's going to keep paying in that household.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, it sounds like he's got all sorts of problems that you're barely scratching the surface of.
I hear you. Well, actually, another good idea I had is, I don't know if you guys remember way back, but we did an episode on well drilling.
Mm-hmm.
How cool would you be if you could set up a hand pump by somebody's outbuilding or by their garden or something like that, where you can go out and dig? And I'm not talking full on rig and
Right.
and big, whatever. I'm talking about where you bang the stakes in the ground and freaking do the little hand pump. If you just search like drill my own well on YouTube,
Yeah.
you can
get
figure it
figured
out in a
pretty
week.
quick.
And you can even go test the water. It's not even a big deal to, get it worked out.
Right.
But also, if they're not drinking it, if they're just using it for gardening or whatever, man, you could spend $150 in parts but maybe even 75, but probably about 150, and you could charge them $500.
Yeah.
And people go for that kind of shit.
If you go on your Yellow Pages, go online and look up labs that have the word enviro involved in them, they'll test that water.
They will.
And they'll test it for everything that you want. Lead and copper and all sorts of stuff that you didn't even know was an issue. You can, especially people that are hippies, that are crazy people, they love to know that their water doesn't have things in it.
You pay like $25 for that water test, and you charge them $75 to get the water checked.
Right. And it's a deal. It's a bargain.
It's a deal,
for them.
dude. Now, not only did they give you $500 for the well, but they're happy to pay you $75 to have it certified as drinkable, potable water, if you will.
Water. Right. Hippies love that shit.
They can be out there washing their armpits.
Yeah. Because
what you do is
it's
you give
organic water.
You give them some kind of free like patchouli soap.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I was talking to some lady with purple hair the other day, and she was shocked to know that there's chemicals in water to disinfect it.
What?
Shocked. I mean, keep in mind that water is also a chemical. H2O. It's a chemical.
Elements?
Yeah, I don't want to like blow your mind or anything, but your water is a chemical.
Yeah, but you're a water specialist, so it's not for everybody.
I was actually stopped not too long ago by a guy with no shirt on.
Yes.
And no teeth.
Yes.
He was concerned that there was fluoride in his water.
Yes.
Surprise! There's not.
All signs pointed. All signs point to no when you saw his teeth.
Because fluoride is what the government uses to control your mind.
Yes.
All right. It also helps with that teeth problem you got going on, but whatever.
That may be the other reason they put it in there, but whatever. Maybe you're the blacksmith.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. I think handmade knives, really a big deal. And I wanted to get into knife making too.
Knife handles, sheaths.
Yeah. Seth Spanai that does our knives for the Badass podcast. It's really just about having a skill and using that skill.
Now, are we stealing some of his thunder, telling other people to make knives?
I think it's all right. I think everybody can make knives.
There's enough people out there buying knives that we're okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I buy probably 2 knives a week. I've got an addiction. I've got a problem.
You may have a problem. I have a closet full of knives that I keep meaning to bring over, and I keep forgetting.
It's just going to add to the pile. At this point, you're not helping things out anymore. Yeah, so blacksmithing is really a big deal. I think a lot of people are looking to, go back in time to the quality of metalwork and the quality of there's just such a lot of mass manufactured shit out there.
Yes.
People like to feel like they have a special handmade quality item, I like that. I get turned on by that stuff.
Yes.
So, whatever.
People want American made, but then you add handmade, and then you add made by a friend or local or, all these things add dollars.
Right.
And they really, step up the game there. So something that's cool. Now, also, speaking of handmade, knife making, blacksmithing, next logical step, gunsmithing.
Gunsmithing, right.
Now, gunsmithing, you may need to get into getting an FFL. That's something that maybe you should be doing anyway. I know we talked about in the past that may be something you guys might want to dive into. It's actually a pretty good idea, and you can actually be a manufacturer and that's a different level of FFL. There's another episode I think we did where we talked about the different licensing and the things you can do there. You do actually have to be careful, read the laws beforehand, because really if you do so many modifications or do anything, you kind of become a manufacturer, and it's a slippery slope. Just do your little research first,
Right.
is all I'm saying.
Yeah. And that's all research you can search online.
It's all readily available. Also, archery and shooting.
Yeah, I'm really good at archery and I'm really good at shooting. What can I do with this skill, Chuck?
Gee, that's funny you ask. Because you know all those neighborhood kids who are looking for something to do this weekend? What if every Saturday, mom and pop gave you $40, or maybe in your community that's $10? Because it depends where you live. When you're in New York, everything just costs more. So just whatever it'd be in your neighborhood, you could charge at least 4 times. So if I say $40, maybe, it's 10. I don't know. But maybe you live in a neighborhood like New York, and you could charge $40 too. Maybe you charge $100. Maybe you live in the Hamptons, right?
Yeah.
$150, $300. Teach your kid how to shoot.
All you guys that have been setting up gun ranges in your backyard, now's your chance.
Now's your chance. Now, there is some insurance and things you can get. I don't know. You use your judgment on that. But it's actually not as expensive and as scary as you think.
Yeah.
You can actually have where, like, the life copter comes to your house and picks somebody up if they crash. That insurance isn't that much. It's like $400 a year or something to have that. That's pretty cool. I mean, you're like, hey, I shoot you in the leg, but the chopper's coming.
It's coming.
I used to run a archery range for the Boy Scouts. Kid shoots me in the back of the leg. The Boy Scouts had no such chopper service.
Really?
And I'm like, get the chopper. And they're like, no,
It didn't
just
even
pull
show
that
up.
shit out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Okay.
oh, well, yeah, all right.
All right.
And that was how we handled it.
What's going on? I just saw a big news story about Boy Scouts diddling kids.
Really?
Yeah. They said it's as bad as the Catholic Church. There's a big class action lawsuit.
I don't like
Thank God I was never in the Boy Scouts.
Uh-oh. Now I'm questioning some of those memories I had. I thought they were just a dream.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Also, if you're a big archery guy, I know when we were in the Boy Scouts, making bows and arrows is something you can actually do. Again, back to that handmade, crafted, people really get into. Believe it or not, one of my sons really likes that. Who knew? A kid that likes father-son time and doing stuff. And he was hell-bent on making his own archery bow. And we actually used Instructables or whatever and found a really cool way to do it and some neat stuff. And it's definitely, this stuff's out there. And if you wanted to put in the time and like learn a skill
Right.
that, again, is going to pay off in that kind of end-of-the-world scenario, you could actually be bringing in money while developing your skills. And that's really, what we wanted to talk about today is that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just as important to develop your skills as it is to have your preps together. If you get dropped, if you're out on your own with nothing, a skilled, talented person can take care of themselves for a lot longer than somebody that has a whole bunch of shit but doesn't know what they're doing with any of it.
Right. Because you just can't carry it. You don't have that sustainability. Now, speaking of sustainability and longevity, you had mentioned maybe selling eggs or butchering. Well, I would even add to that, maybe setting up some kind of CSA, like community share,
Right.
where basically you do gardening, or it could be eggs, could be butchering, could be whatever. These are actually not as hard to set up as you would think, because a lot of the communities are big on this local hippie crap, and they're trying to get people into that kind of thing. And basically the way it's set up is you say, look, all summer long, or maybe all year long, depending on your climate and what you're able to produce and provide, you say, look, every month or every week or every 2 weeks, we give you your share, one basket of, 5 heads of lettuce, 20 tomatoes. Sorry, I'm banging on the microphone here. But we give you a set amount of items. It might be bacon, it might be just vegetables if you're all, vegan or whatever.
Right.
But you can have the meat option, you can have the eggs, you can have the, different things that you can expand it. But people buy into a share of your farming, and you can actually get to the point where you have a lifestyle where you're just staying at home and working your farm and gardening and living off the land while people are bringing you cash every month. And in the right communities, you're actually able to charge a decent amount for these shares because people really want food they can trust.
Right.
They want something organic and real and natural and to see where it came from. And they like the idea that it's local, that it's coming, it's not being trucked in and it's not, that's, a big thing. It's funny, I was actually just reading this week, one of the stupid memes or whatever on Facebook has this girl and an old lady at the grocery store, and the old lady, the girl is like, oh, well, we don't have bags. You have to bring your own because we recycle now. That's our new pet peeve in my community, so who knows. And starts yelling about how the old people destroyed the planet, and the old lady's like, oh, really? Well, back in the day, we used to return our milk bottles, and those same bottles would be filled up and brought back. And we used to not run refrigerators. We used to not have air conditioning. We used to not have nonstop electronics going throughout our house. We used to be outside where we didn't have the lights on inside all day long. There's a different lifestyle that, maybe people weren't exactly so horrible back in the day. And maybe being off-grid and these CSA shares is not as horrible, of a thing as, people make it out to be.
That's right.
Maybe they don't make it out to be horrible.
I don't know. There's a fine line between hippie and survivalist.
It's a delicate balance, but I'm willing to walk it.
It's really just body hair and patchouli is the main difference.
As long as you stay away from the patchouli, because it's just wrong.
It's just wrong.
It could be that we live too close to Woodstock, New York.
Yeah, it's kind of just emanates as a cloud coming out of Woodstock.
It's the mix of patchouli and marijuana, and you're just like, I can't do anymore. Yeah. I got to move away. That's one way to look at it. Now, another thing, like people have bug out camps, locations. What if you used your prepper skills to help set them up for people? Maybe if you offered, I got to tell you, like people are always looking in like the college guides or whatever, and they have these like weekend classes that are even maybe held at a public library or the college, but you can be like hey, set up your home, set up your off-grid camp, set up your, that kind of thing.
Compost bin.
And you can,
the
anything. Thing is, if you give a free class and then get yourself known, or maybe even the way it's set up in your community, it's like $10 a person and you get a little bit or whatever. But you also get the follow-up sales where you can then, hey, let me come out to your property and I can customize this for you and I get $200 to do it.
Right.
Or, let me come set up your gun range. Let me come drill your well. Let me, all these different things that you can bring out and more ways that you can put cash in your pocket and also be focusing and developing your time with things that you love and with things that, skills that'll pay off in the long run.
Right. I think that a lot of that stuff really comes down to not only are you teaching, not only are you putting a little bit of money in your pocket, but you're also learning. Every time you teach something, you have to know it well enough.
You know it better, right, to explain it properly. And also, one, you're keeping it fresh in your mind by talking about it, but you're also doing the research, spending the time, listening to the books, getting your mind around it. And just anytime you have those things going through your head, they're going to last. Another thing, offering like a wilderness survival camp. Actually, I think Bear Grylls or something had something around here, surviving the Catskills or something. And I was looking, it was like a 5-day course and it was like $1,000 a person. Now, mind you, he has name recognition and whatever, but the idea is you could set up where, hey, come out and I'll teach you how to treat water, how to build a fire, how to find, do a little foraging, how to do these kind of things and make it specific to your community. Because the plants and herbs that are around here, the mushrooms that grow here, the wildlife you're going to come across, the ticks, the snakes, the whatever, are all unique to your area. And somebody who understands that and really gets to know it, those specialized skills are really going to, help out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you like to just spend time out cutting firewood.
Right. And, I've never gotten bought firewood and had it delivered to the house or whatever, where I paid with a check or it's cash. That's a cash business.
It's a cash business?
Mm-hmm. Dropping some trees
What you're
and
saying
cutting up a
sounds
couple of cords.
Suspicious.
Yeah, it's almost like you're not paying taxes.
You didn't say that, I hope.
Lunacy. I don't do that. I just have... But I'm assuming the people I buy the firewood from
are
paying their
the
taxes.
proper taxes and are properly insured.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
All right. I feel better now. All right.
Yeah.
And they're
By the way,
finding dead trees.
if
on the
anyone
ground.
ever delivers a cord of wood to your house in the back of a pickup truck, that's not a cord of wood. Doesn't fit. No matter how you stack it, it doesn't fit in the back of a pickup truck.
I don't like what you're saying.
I'm just saying, don't get gypped.
All right. But yeah, there is dead trees everywhere. If you just offer to clean up trees in people's yards,
Mm-hmm.
you can get that firewood. Plus, you can charge them for taking out the tree in their yard.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
And hauling it away.
go out after a storm. You'll find some stuff. That's, a little less prepper-ish, but, it still keeps you outdoors.
Right.
And if you're trying to live the off-grid lifestyle and not have a 9-to-5 where you're working for the man,
Mm-hmm.
that might be the bonus job that you're looking for.
Right.
Also, mushrooms and foraging.
Mm-hmm.
One, teaching a class on it, but two, selling the mushrooms can actually be pretty lucrative.
Yeah.
If you
Now,
know
I
what
know
you're doing.
we say it every time we talk about mushrooms. The wrong mushrooms,
That can end badly.
the ones that poison you,
Yes.
yeah, they also make you trip on mushrooms. The psilocybin is in almost all poisonous mushrooms. So you're tripping
While you're
on
dying.
wild mushrooms while you're shitting your intestines out.
Nice.
I mean, there's probably a worse way to go, but I can't think of any.
It doesn't sound fun to me. I'm still afraid of mushrooms. I don't know.
Yeah.
I need to have the right experience, I guess. I don't know what the deal is there. Now, my last but favorite off-grid income using my prepper skills, and maybe one of you guys wants to work together with me on this. I don't know if any of you have any big ideas,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to make, now I heard of this somewhere else, so it's not just me, but a gun tree club.
$1 million
Now,
idea.
You're like, do you mean country club? No, golf is for sissies. I'm talking about guns and man things.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, think your big property,
Mm-hmm.
possibly a hunting preserve, 400, 500, 1,000, 2,000 acres, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, so we have our hunting preserve. It's being stocked with quail and all kinds of bull crap like that. We're bringing in the birds.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a nice country club where there might be cigar smoking inside. There might be a giant fireplace with like leather couches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
man things where people are smoking inside.
Wow, are you talking about bourbon and
There's
cigars?
bourbon and cigars.
Holy shit.
I'm talking a full bar that only has man things.
Man shit. No blueberry
You're not
spritzers.
getting your, I don't know, your, what is it, mojitos and pina coladas.
No pina coladas?
No pina coladas.
All right.
But something with a pink umbrella, like we'll find something.
Right.
Or you can put it in there. It's just
Right.
fun.
A glass full of Jägermeister
With a
pink umbrella.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So something like that.
Those
And-
little umbrellas, they're so
and
cute.
steaks, but they're not going to ask you, like, do you want your steak, like, rare, medium rare? They just come rare.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
That's
it.
the only way you can get it.
Just, I'll put it black on the outside, red on the inside.
Mhm.
That's how we serve our steak there, right? Definitely some kind of smokehouse on this property. Also another way, smoking meats that you could
Smoking
make
meats.
money.
Yeah.
But we're going to use that at our Gun Tree Club, nice smokehouse. So you can really just drop your animal off, have it skinned, have it smoked, have it butchered. All
While
this
you're
will
eating a
happen
steak and smoking
while
a
you're
cigar.
having a steak and smoking a cigar. Now, there's a fee, to attend my
Well, you have to
country
join the
club.
country
Right.
club,
You're
right?
paying an annual fee,
Mhm.
right? I mean, that's a given.
Right.
But, come on. Now, I did go to this, we have this Orvis club.
I
don't know
that
what
is.
they are. But if you guys search it on the interwebs, they're, I guess, a national thing.
Okay.
Because I looked it up after I went and did a repair there.
Mhm.
And I'm like, what a bunch of douchebags.
Okay.
So this is kind of along the line,
All right.
except imagine one for douchebags.
Okay. All right.
All right. So you just go in and like act all high and mighty and you have to dress all like ridiculous,
Mhm.
like that. I'm talking about where for men. Now, mind you, it's got to be like you maybe have to shower within the week because I want you to be able to make enough money that you can
Right.
come to my club,
Right.
but just the same, you can be
Right.
a
So
man.
you're at a level where you shower weekly at
Weekly
least.
at least.
Okay.
But
All right.
that's about my standard.
We have stringent rules here. We don't just let anybody in.
Right. And then I'd imagine there's some kind of long range shooting.
Mhm.
Obviously there's skeet and stuff. But I feel like when you have skeet, it's fun and I want to have it, but it almost brings in that douchery.
Right.
It kind of, because that's what was happening at this Orvis Country Club.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if they ever wanted to be a sponsor for this podcast.
Well,
but
not
I'm
now.
guessing now they don't. But, I'm going to try and keep the douchery out. But I also definitely handguns.
All right. But now, can we wear funny pants like they do at other country
I
clubs?
think you can.
All right.
But
But
at your
camo
own
is
risk.
preferred?
You know that Duck Dynasty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the guy, Cy, Uncle Cy?
I've never actually
He's the
watched
fun
it.
one. If he would do it and it could be pulled off, I'd say it's okay.
All right.
And I think that's about right. He seems like the kind of guy that could just go for anything, likes the sweet iced tea, and just like, yep, I'll try that. Put those funny pants on. Nope, I felt like a douche.
Right,
Something like that.
Excellent.
So whatever. Definitely the handguns, long range shooting. I'm just saying this is a good idea. And if you're going to steal my idea and go do it on your own, that's okay. Just I have to have a lifetime membership.
All right.
And
Fair, that seems fair enough.
Right? Me and Kevin. I mean, Kevin would have to get in on this as well.
That's right. And I am going to be wearing funny pants. So
Funny pants?
I need a card that says it's okay
Funny pants
that he's
allowed.
wearing funny pants.
Don't kick this guy out.
Uh-huh.
Right. Like, you know how you have, here we have a Texas Roadhouse,
Right.
and you go in and they have like the Willie Nelson booth.
Okay.
There's one booth where it's just like Willie Nelson pictures and whatever.
All right.
And I imagine if he goes there, they'd probably put him
Right,
in his
he
own
gets
booth
his
so
own
he can
booth.
see his own pictures, right? So that's how it needs to be for me and Kevin.
All right.
All right. So, I mean, you can steal my idea, but we get lifetime membership.
That sounds reasonable.
I think it's reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too much to ask. But I am going to try and put something like that in the works.
All right.
I'm kind of, putting the feelers out. I'd like if there's some kind of ponds, game, fishing and all that happening too. So like a regular gun club, but awesomer.
Right.
More
awesome.
Badass.
Right.
Right.
There you go.
So, we're going to have, like I said, the steaks, the bourbon, the cigars. People get upset, worked up when you're mixing alcohol and guns.
Not me.
Train like you fight.
Right. There you go.
That's what I would say.
There you go.
So that's pretty much it. Now, actually, if you really love guns as much as I do, we have a way that you can get more bang for your buck.
Nice.
You see what I did there? Bang.
That's
for
a pun. Yeah,
yeah,
it's funny.
yeah. That was funny, right?
Yeah.
So there's this.
See, it works on two different levels. That's why it's so funny.
That is wow. So there's this group, TAC Pack.
Yes.
Now, TAC stands for tactical.
Mm-hmm.
And then pack is because you get a package in the mail, right?
Right.
So basically what happens is you send them like $49 a month. Now, $49 a month is nothing if you can afford to go to my country club.
That's right.
That's not even like anything.
Yeah.
That's whatever. I laugh at $49 a month.
Mm-hmm.
But what's cool is how much are you spending at the gun store? Like me, I'm not allowed to say these numbers out loud.
Yeah, your wife probably listens to this
If
podcast.
she listens to this, I'm going to be in trouble. But we'll just say $49 is chump change. We're talking about once a month, not every time you walk in the gun store.
Right.
And the gun store, you drive by it while you're working.
Yeah.
They have free coffee. I'm
Right.
going to
And
stop
there's nothing
in
in there that you can get for $49.
Right. And I mean, so right out of the gate, you know $49 is just chump change. So what they do is they know the cool tactical gear that you guys are looking for, right? They come up with this cool shit. Sometimes I don't even know I need this stuff, but that happens a lot when I go in the gun store. So you don't even know that you need this cool shit, but they come up with some cool shit. So what they do is they buy it in bulk. So they're going to buy 500 of awesome stocks or 500 gun sights and 500 kick-ass knives and 500 whatever. I don't know. Maybe they have 10,000 customers. Maybe they have 2. I don't know. As long as I'm one of them, it's all good. But either way, they buy in bulk. And they put all this shit together. So you're actually getting retail like $100, $150 sometimes worth of product jammed in this box. Sometimes the box is pretty big. Sometimes it's little. But it's always got value. And that's what's cool. So then they send this out to you every month. And you're just pleasantly surprised. And they did hint that September... it should stock up on Tac Pack, and they said stock is keyword there. You see what they did?
Hint.
Right? So, I mean, there's good things coming. And you know that you could spend $49 on a stock easy. So I'm just saying that's something to keep in mind right there. Tac Pack, now, if you use the code BADASS, they're going to send you cool shit with it. Now, they used to send out a gun cleaning mat. They may still send you a gun cleaning mat. But either way, they're going to hook you up with some good shit. Basically a bonus prize.
Bonus.
For basically saying, hey, I like Kevin and Chuck. That's what using the word badass does. And that way they ensure that they keep us satisfied in all the Tac Pack glory. So you may want to check that out. Also, if you have ideas for a new show, topic, things you want to know about, maybe ideas that we've missed, cool things you want to put in your bug out bag, like a pencil sharpener might be cool, making little punji sticks kind of thing,
Why
whatever,
not?
Right? You have cool ideas, share them with us. Shoot us an email at preppingbadass@gmail.com and, different things like that. Otherwise, stay safe, and we will talk to you guys next week.
The Survival and Basic Badass podcast is a proud member of the Self-Defense Radio Network.
Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With FishingBooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. FishingBooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to FishingBooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today. Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With FishingBooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. FishingBooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to FishingBooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.
This episode is brought to you by Boat Trader, America's largest boating marketplace. Whether you're buying, selling, or upgrading, the Boat Trader app makes it easy. With the biggest selection of new and used boats from dealers and private sellers. Browse, compare, and even apply for financing. All in one place. Download the Boat Trader app and start your search today.